Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at people who were shocked at their friend's house. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. I remember going to my Swedish friend's house, and while we were playing in his room, his mum yelled that dinner was ready. And check this, he told me to wait in his room while they ate. That was wild. What? They didn't invite him for dinner? What in the... This has never happened to me before, ever. And I would never let this happen to my friends ever, too. Imagine if they lived alone, though, and they just cooked for themselves, and their friend is just sitting there watching them eat dinner themselves. Dude, that's so rude. I can't believe their friend's mum did not invite them to eat. Is that like a normal thing there? I went over to my friend's house to play D&D in high school, and my friend's mum made lunch for the 7 of us. It was really good. We were just playing D&D and eating tacos. And after we all finished the lunch, everyone started pulling out cash. I was super confused. My friend turned to me and asked, "Do you have your $5? So apparently we were supposed to pay for the meal. I was incredibly embarrassed. One of my other friends ended up paying for me. I never played D&D at that house ever again. How do you make kids pay for lunch that you make for them? That's like some scam. You're scamming a kid. That's how his mom makes money, huh? Honestly. $35. Wow. She just made $35 like that. Wow. This is a culture shock to me. Oh my gosh. Who does that to kids though? Like when your kid invites their friends over, obviously you're going to be making food for them for free. If I had kids and they invited their friends over, I would make sure they're well fed and make sure they know that my kid is the luckiest kid ever. Went to a friend's house for dinner, a lovely meal. The whole family cleaned their plates of food, then turned them over and ate dessert on the back of their plates like it was the most normal thing in the world. I copied them just to be polite. Hey, life hack if you don't want to wash more dishes. That's freaking funny though. Oh, what's going on? What's happening? I guess I'll just turn over my dish too. They must have been so freaking confused. I would have been so confused too, but I think I would have done the same. I would have ate it like them too, because it's like trying to be respectful, right? If you're eating at someone's houses, you pretty much gotta follow their rules, as long as it's like nothing bad, right? But if the rules are like too like crazy... Boyfriend and I have been together a while now, but I haven't met his family until a week ago when they invited us to stay at their house. I was very excited to meet his parents for the first time, and they were super sweet when I got there. Both of them are lovely people and we got along well. They gave us free rein to do whatever, but the only thing they insisted was that we join them for their tradition of eating oranges as a family on Saturday mornings. They grow their own oranges and have been doing this since my boyfriend was a kid, so he was especially thrilled to share the tradition with me as a rite of passage. So the morning came and his mum brought in some fresh oranges from the garden. We sat at the table and I was getting ready to peel my orange when I saw my boyfriend's mum bite into her orange like it was an apple, with the peel still on. I was so stunned when I saw my boyfriend and his dad do the same thing with their oranges, as if it were totally normal. I'm just imagining 3 people holding a freaking orange, devouring it like a freaking apple. Jeez. I guess they noticed my shock because they asked me why I wasn't eating. So I started to peel my orange, but then his mum told me to stop, that I was eating it wrong and had to bite into it with the skin to get the full experience. I politely told her that I like to peel my oranges and I'm sure they taste just as great either way, but she kept insisting that I had to bite into my orange for tradition. Is this anyone else's tradition? Tell me. Tell me in the comments, do you guys do this too? After saying multiple times that I'd rather peel it and the family, including boyfriend, pushing back, I put the orange back on the table and said, though I appreciate the gesture, I personally feel uncomfortable eating oranges that way and I'd rather not participate. Things were tense after that and we left the next day. When we got home, my boyfriend chewed me out for being rude and embarrassing him and his family. He said I should have just eaten the orange the right way since his parents were gracious to let me stay with them. I can see his point and I apologize for causing any hurt. I really do like his family and think they're great people, but stand by my decision to opt out of the orange tradition. What the heck happened here, honestly? Like, I don't think it's a big deal if she wants to peel the orange and eat it. Why does she have to follow them and bite into the orange? Like, honestly. If I was in that situation, I don't think I'd mind just biting into the orange, to be honest. I think I'd just follow them because I'm very timid. I'm a very timid and shy person, so I'd probably just do the same thing. But obviously, if they didn't want to, then they don't have to do it. This is definitely weird. Like, why are they forcing her to eat the orange the same way that they do? Just let her peel the freaking orange. And why is the boyfriend acting like that? Like, does he not think that's a weird way to eat an orange? Why did he not tell her that's how they eat oranges? Is it because he thinks everyone eats an orange like that? Oh my gosh, I'm so confused. When I was in primary school, I made a new friend from Hong Kong. One day, she came over to my house for a play date. My parents invited them all to stay for dinner at ours. There were new immigrants to Australia, and I guess my parents thought they might not have many friends or family here. Anyway, they politely declined and said they didn't want to impose. My parents insisted it was no imposition at all, but they again declined, saying they didn't want to be rude and intrude on our family. Oh, this is an Asian thing for sure, yeah. It's just us trying not to be rude. We were kind of taken aback, but just assumed maybe they had their own dinner waiting at home and were too polite to say so, and we saw them off. My friend later explained that her parents thought my parents weren't being genuine and were only asking out of politeness, and the fact that our parents didn't press the issue further was proof that we didn't really want them there. I do know that in some cultures, I think you take something on the third time. Like, they're going to be like, oh, here, take this. And you're going to be like, no, it's okay. And they're like, no, just take it. And you're going to be like, no, it's okay. And then the last time, they're going to be like, here, just take it. And then you'd be like, okay, thank you. Yeah. Jeez, man. I guess some things are complicated. I had a good friend whose family were wealthy and very big on some sort of gift giving. Basically, there were two things. One, you could not give them a present, no gifts at birthdays, Christmas, etc. If you gave them a gift, they would either politely refuse or donate it. 2, you always received a gift if you went to their house, even if it was for an afternoon. I remember going to my friend's house when I was 8 or 9 and them giving me a PlayStation. And each time I went over, they'd give me a new game, which continued until they gave me a Nintendo GameCube. Very weird, and it wasn't because I was poor. We lived in the same area, etc. What? I want to be that friend. Free things? Oh my! This recently repeated itself when I visited my friend's house. Now lives with his own family. And when I was leaving, his wife was trying to give me a bottle of scotch and my daughter a Nintendo Switch. Yo, where do you find people like this? Yo, that's crazy. I've actually never heard about this before. Wow. Normally it would be like the opposite way. Like, don't you normally bring something before you go over to someone's house? Wow, it's so crazy. Everyone's so different. That's kind of cool. Drinking only milk for dinner. Don't get me wrong, I like milk and will freely drink it at times, but one time at my high school girlfriend's house I had dinner, I was helping set the table and her mum started to pour milk in all the glasses. Not wanting to be rude and ask for soda or something, I simply said, I'll just have water. She replied with, the Bible says milk is served with supper. Oh, I've actually never had milk for dinner either. I've always just thought milk was like a breakfast drink. Interesting, I guess a lot of people drink milk for dinner then? I don't know that. Cool. I had a friend growing up whose parents didn't allow any snacks in the house. Every time he invited me over to spend the night, I was expected to bring boxes of snack food because it could be allowed if brought in by an outsider. And yes, his parents would partake too. So there was junior high school aged me bringing boxes of snacks for an entire family to have a cheat night at my expense. What? Wow, this guy is just using his friend for snacks. How dare you use me for snacks? I've never experienced this ever. I just always eat snacks at my friend's place. And if she comes over, then she'll eat snacks at my place. Like, no one does this. No one does this ever. They're just using you. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.